Hey, everybody.
How are
Welcome to
you? We have feedback. You got your turn your phone down.
Feedback is taken care of. I appreciate you. Oh, whoa. What the?
Uh-huh.
What
Uh-huh.
the?
See? Can't you
Uh-huh.
can't trick my ears. You know how
Test
I
one,
am.
two, 1, 2.
We're
Stipulates.
here.
There we go.
So we have a good story. I mean, I kind of when you mentioned it, I was like, who is this person? And I did a lot of hi Stephanie Earl. I did a lot of I did a lot of listening today. This is a pretty good story, and she was convicted on, spoiler alert, she was convicted on May 16th. So it's a very, very recent story.
Yes, very recent. And it's weird how it took, some time for them to really investigate and dig into it. And I think it was a couple of years before they arrested
Yeah,
her, wasn't
it was. She got away with it for a while, but the I think one of the detectives on the case was getting ready to retire, so she left it open so that when she retired, it wasn't like a closed case, so that they can continue to investigate it. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's
What do you
like,
say there, freckle face?
hi, Freckle. Hello.
Welcome. Welcome
So
to
he
Couple
was,
Questions.
yes.
We're about to
And
dive.
I just wanted, before I forget this, thank you to everybody in the chat, but also thank you to those that are watching on the replay. We really appreciate it. Granny, I hope that you are enjoying your little vacation. Um, we will, talk in the comments, I'm sure. So I just wanted to mention that we do have people that listen on the replay.
Sure. Jarella,
Right. Well, she
she's
might
always
pop
on the
in.
replay crew. And
Yeah.
Jersey. Hey, Jersey, I didn't see. I'm sorry. Hello.
Hi, Jersey. Freckle face. Thanks for coming in.
So
Wet my whistle.
we're just getting started here. This is we're talking about, of course, the Kouri Richins case. This is a very unique case, and there's, you know, well, let's just get into it because, I have more than a couple questions.
Okay. So just to preface, Corey and Eric were married, and she has been convicted. She has done her trial, and the jury found her guilty. So, but she was convicted of murdering her husband, Eric, who is 39 years old. They were from Kamas, Utah. And he was murdered on March 4th, 2022. Now, we were talking. She just was she was sentenced on March 16th, 2026. So it took 4 years to get here.
Mm.
But her trial only lasted 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and it took the jurors 3 hours to come to the guilty verdict. We have all kinds of like goodies. I have all the goodies pulled up. Do you want me just to get into it and
Yeah,
talk about? Okay.
absolutely.
So from what I've gathered and what I've been listening to, again, it was just a crash course in learning who Corey is. Um they were married, and to most seemed like a perfectly happy, successful couple. Eric owned a construction company, and Kouri would buy homes and flip them. She got into a world of trouble because she bought a mansion out there in Utah, and she was losing money. She was in debt at the time of Eric's death. She was in debt over $2 million.
Mm.
So they found out that he. I'm on the wrong tab. Look at me already messing up in true Kim fashion. I forgot to share this.
You're fine.
I know. I forgot to share. This is Eric. Oh no, don't be playing around now. So this is Eric, and they had like I said, they looked like a happy young couple who was on the, living life. They had money. They didn't have to worry about that. They went to they traveled often. Um, Eric was an avid hunter, and I heard that in one of the clips that I heard, she kind of got a little mad because he was an avid hunter, and he would be gone 4 or 5 months of the year. Now, if you got a hobby and you were leaving 4 to 5 months out of the year, I'd be a little upset, but I wouldn't, it wouldn't drive me to, getting myself in trouble. She robbed that man of parenting. Yeah, she took a lot away from him. We'll get there. We have a lot of stuff to cover. She took out life policies that they weren't even life insurance policies. He had roughly $2 million worth in life insurance policies.
Mm.
His wife secretly took out these policies on his life. Prosecutors argued these policies, combined with his estate, were the financial motive of his 2022 murder. Between 2015 and 2017, Kouri Richins purchased 4 life insurance policies on her husband without his knowledge. The benefits included a $250 term life policy, a $300,000 accidental death and dismemberment policy, an additional true stage policy for approximately $352,500, and an auto owner's policy for roughly $1.1 million. Now, the payouts for that, following Eric's fatal fentanyl poisoning in March 2022, Kouri received approximately $1.39 million in the payouts before she was arrested. The business trust, a separate business-related life insurance policy was worth $2 million and was tied to a buy-sell agreement with Eric's business partner. Following litigation, a court ruled in August 2023 that these business policy funds belonged to Eric's trust and not his wife. See, because I think he had like a little bit of a clue as to what was going on. Hello, M-Flow. He had a little bit of what, he had an idea. What he did, let's just switch this over. He went and got a living trust and entrusted his sister with his finances if something were to happen to him. So that kind of gives you a peek into what he would like. If you and I were, we had like our life insurance policy, we have our will, our living will. If something were to happen, we know who's in charge of what so that the kittens can remain in their house. But I'm not going and putting all of my stuff into another's hands, like telling my brother, hey, this belongs to you, and cutting you out of it without you knowing. So he had to have known that she was up to no good if he did this, right? So
His living trust is a revocable trust created by Erc Richins, geez Louise, in November 2020, which named his sister Katie as the trustee. Erc established the trust without his wife, Kouri Richins, knowing in order to protect his assets from her alleged financial misuse and ensure his 3 sons were financially secured in the event of his death. So the purpose was for Eric's estate planning attorney testified that his 2 primary goals were short-term protection from his wife's alleged unauthorized spending and long-term security for his children so that Kouri could never manage his property. His assets included included interest in C&E Stonemasonry LLC, Fox Lake Investments, and the family home. His sister Katie manages the trust because Kouri is not the trustee and she has no control over or access to the trust. I'm having a horrible time. I need coffee. So legal battles were following Eric's death. Kouri filed a civil lawsuit against his estate, arguing that Erc transferred jointly owned marital and personal property into the trust without her consent and claiming the trust violates their prenuptial agreement. The defense disputes in Kouri's aggravated murder trial. Her defense team filed motions to compel Katie, his sister, to release detailed financial records of the trust. The defense alleged that the trust was being used to pay witnesses involved in the prosecution against Kouri. So it's all just, it's about money. That's really what it's all about. I leave it to Bubby. How are
I have
you?
a question.
Yeah.
Do you have life insurance policies on me that I don't know about?
I certainly do not. You're the
All
one in
right.
charge of all the money.
Well, it's now on record, and I got witnesses in the
You're the
chat.
one that's in charge of the money. You would know.
I'm just teasing, of course.
I know. We would. No, I mean, like I said, I couldn't imagine thinking that you would do something like that and then have to get my brother involved. I just can't imagine living this kind of life. You know, like when you're married, you're supposed to trust and honor and obey. I mean, if you're in a godly marriage, I guess. I don't know. But there was a lot of things that did go on. I mean, it is said that he allegedly, would partake in, some prescription drugs. Allegedly, we have to say allegedly because he's not here to defend himself. But they did say that he would at night take a gummy to just like kind of unwind or whatever. You remember hearing this story? Yeah. So anyway, here we're going to play a short clip of the news. Let's share the screen, shall we? And let the professionals take over. Share the screen. This is just a short clip. Now we're going to stall.
To Summit County now, where a widow/author is in jail tonight. She is facing aggravated murder charges 1 year after her late husband was found dead in his sleep.
Now new details are emerging about how he died and what he told a friend just weeks before police say he was poisoned.
News specialist Debbie Worthen is digging deeper and deeper into this. And Debbie, what do we know so far?
Well, Mike and Deanie, Kouri Richins is here in the Summit County Jail tonight. We're told she is being held without bail. Investigators say she purchased fentanyl and then served her husband a deadly dose in a drink. And court papers say this is not the first time she's tried to kill her husband.
Eric was one of the hardest workers I ever knew.
Friends say Erc Ricins was one of the greatest fathers out there.
He had 3 boys that he loved more than anything.
He was an avid hunter and loved being with family and friends. But in March of 2022, Eric died in his Francis home. Now investigators believe his wife killed him. Kouri Richins, seen here just last month in KPCW as she promoted a book she just released on dealing with grief, is facing aggravated murder charges in his death. Court papers say Kouri first bought painkillers from a drug dealer, weeks later asking for something stronger. She called it some of the Michael Jackson stuff. That was just before Valentine's Day last year. Records say on Valentine's Day, Erc became very ill and believed he had been poisoned and told a friend he thought his wife was trying to poison him. The dealer told police that 2 weeks later, Kouri purchased more fentanyl. 6 days later, on March 4th, 2022, Erc was found dead of a fentanyl overdose. The Richins family released this statement. The Richins family has been devastated by the loss of their son and brother, Erc Ricins, in March of 2022. They hope that justice will be done. The family is thankful to all law enforcement for their efforts in pursuing this matter. As for Colby Sagers, he misses his friend.
It's been sad without Eric. He loved to hunt, loved to be outside. Very honest guy. He was a great friend.
Well, Kouri Richins will appear before a judge for a detention hearing on May 19th.
So that was the part. Oh, Alex is gone, but he'll be back. Bubby, a dismemberment policy is, I believe, if someone dies like in an accident and they're like dismembered, that kind of thing. I believe that's what it is. Pretty sure. You know, like it's an accident and you got dismembered. I don't know. It was very smart that he got the living trust. So we're waiting for Alex to come back. He's gone. The thing with the book is crazy, right? When she did this, she wrote a book because she was trying to figure out how to talk to the children about their loss. And so she wrote a book, and he looking to make sure he's here. She wrote a book to like help them deal with the grief. It was all a slap in the face. These poor kids lost their dad. They're trying to deal with the grief, and then they wind up, you know. When Alex comes back, we're going to watch some more clips. But I should know this. Huh? How you going to do that to me? This morning we had trouble with the book is called Are You With Me? And it was written in 2023. Are You With Me is a children's book by Kouri Richins, marketed as a guide for children coping with the loss of a loved one, written after her husband's death in 2022. However, evidence from her trial revealed she used a ghostwriter and intended to write a more explicit book about her husband's death, which she was later convicted of murder. Can you believe that? She's the dumbest lady alive. I mean, you know, it's not very smart. I mean, it kind of is. Like if you're thinking about it and you know you lost your partner and you were trying to figure out how to talk to the kid and you were like, you know, you were creative and you wrote a book. I can like the overall theme of it, like the idea is not that bad. But knowing that you did it and it's just these poor kids, these poor children. I don't know. You guys have any questions so far? Besides the dismemberment thing that I'm not quite sure if I got right. I don't want to be giving out false information. Ooh. Uh-oh. I hit the AI. I hit the AIs. Oh, an insurance dismemberment refers to severe permanent loss or loss of use of specific body parts or vital physical functions resulting directly from a covered accident. It's primarily found as a core component of accidental death and dismemberment. AD&D. The truth does always come out. It always comes out. Ah, welcome back to the show, sir.
I just wanted to check to see if there were any insurance policies out in my name that I didn't know about. So
you
everything's
jackass.
good though. So I'm back. I mean, for a second there, I just thought, Anyway, sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties in all seriousness.
I mean, we're here on we're professionals at technical difficulties. What are you going to do?
We are the master of technical difficulties. And I just wanted to say hello, everybody that I missed that just joined, and thank you for stopping in. Please hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. We would appreciate it.
Where did the animated radio voice come from?
I went and did. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do any drugs.
We were getting ready to watch
Lilith.
did you see the news clip on, the little clip of her and when the news broke?
I did, but I was pretending to be John Cena of WWE and you couldn't see me. But I'm back now.
Oh. Look, Flo's breaking my stones. I just took out a burnt bacon policy. I'm never going to live that day down.
It's the turkey policy we need.
Oh, my word. Well, we'll save that for, this is Catterday night. Couple questions. So, well, when you dropped off, we were seeing how, the news broke, and it was the news story of her, when it first came out. Now I'm going to take us to listening to the actual 911 call. We also have, we have the 911 call, and I found the actual body cam footage of when the police came to her house. It's unbelievable what she was doing. So we'll all, we're going to get there, because part of, there's a lot that was going there. There's a lot of things out there. If you start to research her, there's video after video after video of her body language. So we have we have some time. They're like short clips, but the body cam footage is a pretty lengthy one. It'll give you some insight. So this is her 911 call. Let's take a listen to this.
40D, the 911 call.
Any objection, counsel?
No objection.
Okay. Scott, let's give this a try.
911, Roger for the emergency. My husband's not breathing. He's cold. Okay, what's the address? 282 Willow Court. 282 Willow Court. Okay, what's the good phone number in case we get disconnected? 435 671 4987. Okay, it's going to be in Francis. Okay, tell me exactly what happened. I don't know. I was sleeping with my kids. Okay, I can't understand you. I need you to take a deep breath. What's going on? I don't know. I was sleeping in with my kids. I just came in our bed, and I turned over, and his fridge is just cold. He's just cold. Who's cold? My husband. I turned the light on. And he's not breathing? He's not breathing? No. I need you to confirm it for me. Is he not breathing? No. Okay, can you do CPR? No, I don't know how. You don't know? I'm going to tell you how to. Are you willing to do CPR? Yeah. Okay. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it. No, there's not. Available? Okay. I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay? Okay, are you right by your husband right now?
Yes, he's so pale. His mouth is open.
Okay, listen carefully. Are you able to lay him on the floor or the ground? On the ground?
I'm just shaking. I can't put him. I can't.
You can do it. You can do it. You need to calm down.
He's yellow.
We need to help them. I can guide you through CPR. Take a deep breath for me. I'm here with you.
He doesn't have a pulse.
He doesn't have a pulse?
No. There's no pulse.
Okay. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. We need to get him help. If you need to put me on speaker, put me on speaker. I'm gonna guide you through CPR, okay?
Okay.
Tell me when you've done that.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
So I just wanted to pause it and say, like, this is pretty, it's deep, right? It's real heavy. So if you need to take a break, just go out, come back in. We'll be here. But I just wanted to kind of take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna bump this up a little bit. Just a bit. Just a wee bit. All right, let's listen.
Okay, he's on the floor?
He's on the bed.
Okay, are you able by any chance to move him on the floor?
Let me check. Spots on it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
I'm here with you. You're not able to move him to the floor?
Go out. Don't come in here. Oh my God, my sister.
You're not able to move him to the floor? Just listen carefully. We just need to get him on the floor. Don't worry about hurting them.
Tell me it's a daddy.
Is he still on the bed?
Yes.
Okay, if there's a sheet or a blanket under them, can you loosen it from the mattress?
Yes.
Okay, stand at the side of the bed closest to them and remove anything under their head.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to pull the sheets towards you and slide them off the bed. Don't worry about him falling. We just need to help him now.
Okay.
Tell me when he's on the floor.
I can't move it. This was dead weight. Like it just...
You're not. If he has sheets under, pull them to the floor. Don't worry about hurting him.
Can you please send somebody?
Okay, I have the ambulance that's on the way. Okay, there's another way to do this, okay? Grab their feet. Grab his feet.
This is truly like making me so, like, just so mad right now, because knowing that she's been convicted, listening to this is making me so mad.
Well,
She's so aggravating and moving like molasses. Exactly. But there
listen,
was no rush for her because she knew what she did. You know?
so
Go ahead.
sometimes people do have where they're like shell shocked.
Of
But
course.
it's usually when something happened, like a quick accident or you fell or something like that. If you walk into a room and you find your spouse, your loved one, whoever it is, you're going to be like, I got to do something. I mean, like, what's going on? Like, when you see that you can't wake the person up, or they're white and yellow like she's describing here or whatever, yeah, of course you're calling 911, but you're I would imagine most people would just say, I gotta stop, I gotta get out of myself and help save my loved one.
Under normal circumstances, of course, people would jump into action and, listen to everything. Like, how I am. I would be panicked, but I would be doing everything that they told me so that I could, like, I'd be so scared that I would have to do anything to help you to, get you back. Right. But listening to this, knowing what the outcome is so frustrating. So
Wow.
now they're telling her, so she can't grab the sheet. She can't pull him,
She's not even
from the sheet.
trying.
She's not trying. We know that now.
But this is the first, truth be told, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, me too.
And because I want to keep an open mind, like a juror. I would like to kind of see, hey, I'm familiar with the general case and stuff like that. Of course, it's been on the news. But listening to that, and
it's frustrating.
Just a side note, not to get into the weeds or anything like that, but I have a little bit of training of talking to people and listening to people, and it just sounds like I think Flo said it. Someone said it earlier in the chat. They were saying like their cries seem forced. It was Lilith Moon said that, and Flo was saying, and that's it. It didn't match the situation.
No,
when you're in a situation where you're focused on your loved one, and you're dialing 911 for help, so you're awake enough, cognizant enough to realize that there's a serious situation. You're doing the proper steps in dialing 911, but you're not following through with the other stuff. I can understand, whatever, but just the everything that everybody in the chat has already picked out. I even if it was still in the jury's hands, I could see where it would go to a conviction. Just this alone.
And we're only halfway through the call.
She's not even trying to pull the body on the floor. And somebody had a question about moving the body. CPR, when it's a minute, you can't do it on a bed. I was trained many years ago. I can't do it now, but CPR, you have to have they want the person on a flat surface, preferably the floor, because when you're doing the compressions, and it's like they used to tell us it had to be to staying alive. You had to do the beat to try to compress. You want to have the back firm so that you're actually hitting the muscle and it's not going.
Well, yeah, you're trying to restart the heart. That's what you're trying to do. And then like when you're blowing the nose, you're trying to put air into the lungs.
Right. And when you're pumping on a in this case a bed, it's cushioned, of course, so it's going to move with the body as you're doing the compressions. And even sometimes you can even break a rib and things like that if trying to save somebody's life or whatever. But anyway,
let's get back to it.
Bottom line
I need it a little bit.
Not even, she's like hesitant, like, wait, you want me to like, it seems to me like in her mind, she's like, wait, I didn't expect this. You actually want me to try to save his life? What if he's not completely dead yet? Like, I mean, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking is going on.
Yeah. All right,
even
Stephanie I needed
says
a little.
It sounds like acting.
Well, I mean, yeah. I needed like a little tiny bit of a break. So let's get back into it because we have body cam footage. So we're actually going to see how she reacts when the police get to the house.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're all in for, like, we're all going to be punching air.
Slide them towards you until they're just off the bed. Okay. How old is your husband? 39. 39? Yes. Okay. Okay, were you able to pull his feet off the bed? And pulling. Okay, now grab the arm closest to you and pull the rest of the way off the bed. Again, don't worry about the fall. We just need to help them now. I have the ambulance on the way. I just need you to do this, okay? So we can get the help for him. Okay. Once they arrive, they'll take over. We just need to start CPR now. You are doing great, okay? I just need you to get him on the floor. Okay, he's on the floor. You got him on the floor? Yeah. Okay, listen carefully, okay? Make sure that there's nothing under his head. Is he laying flat on his back? Yeah. Okay. Okay, just listen carefully and I'll tell you how to do chest compressions, okay? Okay. Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone. This is in the center of the chest, right between the nipples. Okay. Put your other hand on top of that hand. Okay. Okay. Start pumping the chest hard and fast, at least twice per second, and 2 inches deep. Okay. Okay. Start counting out loud so I can count with you. Okay. We're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count out loud so I can hear you. I'm counting with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. If it's easier for you, am I on speaker? Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know if the front door is open? No, it's locked. It's locked. I need you to go. Is there anybody else within the home, or is it just you? It's all my kids. Okay. Are one of them old enough to go unlock the door? Yeah, it's unlocked. It's unlocked now? Yeah, he's there. He's there. Okay, you need to keep doing CPR.
What?
Okay. Should I keep you on the phone? Yes, keep me on the phone. Go unlock the door and come back to doing CPR. Okay,
Firefighter Monaco is on scene. I'm beginning CPR, chest compressions.
Okay, is the ambulance there with you?
Yes. Not yet. The ambulance is en route.
Oh. Okay, are we doing CPR still?
Yes, he's doing CPR. He's doing CPR right now.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What kind of vehicle do you have outside?
Me? I don't have a vehicle outside. White Toyota 4Runner.
What?
Okay, did a paramedic take over?
Paramedics haven't arrived yet. We're in the back bedroom.
Ma'am, who's there with you? Can you hear me?
Okay. When did you last?
All right.
So, questions. I have questions. Why did they say unidentified? She is smirking. That's like, she's this woman. Why did it say unidentified female and unidentified male? And how did she not know that she didn't have a car in the driveway?
Were they first responders that were maybe local firemen that got the call that
Probably.
beat the ambulance, or police officers that beat the ambulance? I'm
Yeah.
speculating. I'm sure somebody didn't just walk in expecting to do CPR. So I would speculate that it was probably somebody that heard a call on the emergency radio, probably a volunteer person.
But when the call goes out, they're saying that, we have an unresponsive male at blah blah blah, right? Like the 911 has to dispatch and tell them what they're walking into.
Right. Well, usually the 911 operator's typing while they're speaking to they're very good. The men and women that do this, I couldn't do it. I actually knew a lady a few years ago that did it and heard some horror stories, but they literally are typing. So while the caller is saying, "Hey, my husband at 2-3," and then first of all, when the call comes in, they have technology that's top notch. The numbers can't be spoofed or anything like that. They actually already know what phone number and who has the number, and it also, many municipalities can tell what location, even if it's on a cell tower, because they know which tower they have the equipment.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah,
she's typing all this in, and then she's also asking for documentation purposes.
Well,
So
yeah,
in
they
case
have
the
to get it
tower
on.
is wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
So she's actually sending the ambulance within moments of getting the call. Once she knows the address,
Well, we know that part.
dispatching the answer. Well, I thought you were asking.
No, I'm saying who, like it said unidentified female, unidentified male. When I thought the male came in, he thought he said officer on the scene. But it was frustrating, Stephanie, to listen to. That's why I had to take a break halfway through.
Yeah.
We know I don't know. I think I'm not very good in emergency situations. I've been in a few.
I disagree with you.
Yeah.
I disagree with you. I'll give you one right off the top of my head. You and I, it's season 1, we're driving on Cotman Avenue, and there was an accident that was right in front of us. We weren't involved, thank God, but there was somebody in front of us, and it was Halloween, and the boy had his costume on. He didn't have his costume on, in all honesty.
No, he didn't.
You came out and you were like calming the boy down and asking him what is he going to dress up as, and you were absolutely great in that situation. You came out, you calmed, and that's all anyone can do is if you see something like that, and you have to just try to be calm and try to make those around you calm, and you did it. So I don't know. I don't know. I saw that and I thought that you did fine. You did great.
Well, thank you for that. All right, are you guys ready to get really? Me and Mr. Kazi watched just a couple of minutes of the body cam footage. I think you did. Were we together? We weren't together, but I think you said you saw some of the footage.
I saw bits and pieces.
No, I found all
on
of
the
the
news.
footage.
So I didn't see, you got the whole beginning to end unedited without commentary footage. I have not seen that.
Yeah. It's well, let's just get into it, shall we? It's pretty frustrating. Let's share it. I'm going to bump it up a little bit because it is a little bit longer, so I appreciate you guys hanging tight. But
and no medical history other than his asthma.
Sorry to interrupt real quick. They had asked her if he had any, if there were any medical problems, and she said right there, other than his allergies. No.
Can you?
Huh?
I'm having difficulty hearing. Is it just me? Chat, can you hear? If it's just me, I don't care.
I'll put the closed captions on too so we can see what's being said.
Oh,
I
that's
can
smart.
hear it. Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear it.
What does he take? What medicine does he take? Can you find it and tell us?
This is when the police officers were there. And they were, at this particular time, they were trying to administer CPR.
Good, yeah.
You guys know damn time. Today, we got here. He's had 2 Eppies of Narcan. My Narcan blood sugar is 450.
That's her in the bedroom, like in the bathroom, right here in the bathroom, the doorway to the bathroom.
Cam, you want to come out? What's your first name? What's your first name? Yeah, let them do their work in there. So what happened today? When you say we were fine, what time did you see him when he was alert?
We had a drink together at 9 to celebrate something at work tomorrow.
Okay.
We went to bed. I went to bed with my kids. He went to bed our bed.
What time did you guys go to bed?
9:30.
9:30? Okay.
9:45.
And then what alerted you to him today, right now?
I just woke up. When I sleep with my kids, I'll wake up and I go back to my own bed. Mm-hmm. I just crawl over on this side.
And he was laying in bed?
He was on his back on the bed, and I just...
Okay. And you said he was on his back? Okay. Where are your children now?
Went to sleep in that room. 2 are awake with their ear to the door. I don't want them to come out. Please don't come out.
Where are the other 2 at that are awake?
No, my bedroom.
And where's that at?
He's there, first on your left.
Okay. Is there any family members we can call right now?
Yeah, I need to call my mom. I need to call my mom so bad.
Okay.
I don't know. 911's still on the phone. I don't know.
Okay.
I call my mom.
Yep. I'll give you a phone right now, okay?
I need to call his dad. He's going to be okay, right? Like, I got in bed and then I just got...
They're doing their best, okay, ma'am? Here, you can use my phone.
Mom.
Yes.
What's
going on?
Sorry about that.
I don't know. Something's wrong with Eric. The police came girls are here. I don't know what's happening. He wasn't breathing. I don't know.
Who?
Eric.
Where's he at? I'm on my way.
My partner found your phone. Is this it right here? Does he have any medical conditions or anything like that?
He has Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease?
Nothing major.
Okay. So no heart problems or anything like that?
No, I mean, he just said his chest was hurting when he went to bed, but he doesn't drink enough water, you know, when he gets on the bike upstairs. I don't know, it didn't. And then he just said he was really tired because he got his allergy shots yesterday morning.
Okay.
With my son, they so much better.
And then when did you discover him? What time?
I got my phone. Maybe 3.
About 3. Did you immediately call the 911?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got up and as soon as I turned over and he was cold.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like something was wrong. But, I mean, I just put the blanket on it because I just thought it was room cold. So I just, and then I sat there for a minute and I just didn't feel like it's like freaking or anything. And so I just went on.
Okay.
And he just felt so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Any COVID or anything like that?
we all just got over COVID.
Okay.
We all got over
And when was that?
a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so not recently.
Well, he just had a negative test. So I was the last positive, and then he had it. So his last negative test was a week ago.
Okay.
I don't know if I believe the whole COVID thing. I just had to pause and say, acknowledge what the chat is saying, that she can't look at the officer. M-Flow's getting pissed off. I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it and it made me upset, but I don't know. Like the whole COVID thing, like he just got over it a week ago, like kind of like putting that in there. So maybe it was like residual from that. Maybe, she was thinking that at the time. I don't know.
Hey, ma'am, what's your name?
Kouri.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Kouri.
With the C?
No, Kouri.
I just thanks for pausing. I just wanted to say something, that another thing I noticed in this is that it was very interesting to me when the officer was asking about the children. She didn't the children. Like a lot of times if people are focused on a specific problem, an emergency like this in this case, and you love your husband, you love your children, you're focused. I can understand you're kind of focused on your husband, but the moment that she's by herself and she knows that her husband's being taken care of by medical staff, by paramedics, he mentions the officer has her in a separate room and is talking to her and ask her about the kid. She's not even like, oh, the kids, I forgot all that. Gotta protect the kids, because that's then the next problem that you want to look at, and you have a heightened sense.
Well, we got to keep watching because the kids do come into play in this.
All right,
but you are absolutely like your first. I'm not a mom, but I would imagine that my first instinct would be to become a mama bear. And like,
sure.
Sure. Like I did it for the cats when we had the neighbor,
the fire
situation.
Neighbor.
I wouldn't leave them without the cats.
Right.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, before we get there, like you'll see that her next sentence, this wasn't provoked. This, her next reply was not even provoked. The officer didn't ask her any questions. She just offered this up. This is all smelling fishy to me.
You didn't seem like you did though.
It's like a gummy, as in like a THC gummy. Okay. And who's his primary care physician?
Herb Lovely in person.
Who?
Herb Lovely.
How do you spell it? How's it?
P-L-E-Y.
L-E-P-L-E-Y? When was he last seen?
Which is our physical. Like, everything was fine.
When was that?
Since Wednesday. Oh my god, what do you mean?
Family members are making room. Yes, Dad. There's two kids that are awake. They're in that door. She said to the left.
So this is when the cops are kind of talking to themselves. So it's getting like the whispering. It's going to get pretty like, hard to listen to. But the closed caption are at the bottom. I didn't see that they were at the bottom. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the master bedroom. Or the master bedroom. So basically she said, we went to bed at 9:30. She slept with the kids. Then she goes to bed. When she went to bed, got around 3 o'clock. Moved into her bed. He was cold and heavy. He has Lyme disease. He got an allergy shot yesterday. He might have taken a gummy. THC gummy last night. So, other than that, just Lyme disease.
Maybe have to special Emmy Dix.
It's probably gonna be Baker's next year.
I don't know. Whoever the young call is.
Yeah, like you love it safe, like you.
When they show the angle again, when they go to her on the couch, that's her mom. What's up?
So I did a quick Google, and according to, obviously you can't believe everything you read, but it says Utah allows medical cannabis for patients qualifying conditions who have obtained a state-issued medical cannabis card. So I don't know if, and that's THC, obviously. So I don't know if gummies are legal. That's another interesting aspect. Yeah, of course you want to give the officer all the information, but you're going to voluntarily say that you broke the law.
I mean, so I listen, I'm all okay. We know she's guilty, right? But she's
Well, she was
offering
found
up
guilty.
all the
Yeah.
information, but I think in the situation for like the THC, I'm not quite sure that like in this day and age, like even if it weren't like recreational out in Utah, I don't think that it's uncommon for those to have for those to have like that stuff laying around and it be, accessible and people be using it.
I
But
guess
yeah, she's offering up all kinds of stupid stuff. Like
my,
we had the COVID's really got me. The COVID really has me like, why, I get like, you're thinking and they were asking questions like, did they have anything? Like what was going on? And, but I don't know. The COVID thing really got me pissed.
well, this was 2022, so we're much closer to when all the shutdown and everything happened in 2020. So it's not like today where when you don't see everybody wearing masks, like you see less.
I know, but I just feel like it was convenient for her to have had it and he just got over it 1 week prior to this. You know what I mean? Like this is a smart, she's like, listen, there are dumb criminals But there are like you'll see that this wasn't her first attempt. She was extremely calculated because this was March and her first attempt was on Valentine's Day. She
Baby, I
laced
love you. Let me kill you.
Right. Her first attempt was on Valentine's Day. And they said that like it was in a sandwich, that she put it in a sandwich and he started like throwing up and stuff like that. So again, you have stupid criminals. You deal with them all the time. You know that they're stupid, but they're like, this person is calculated and very, very she's smart. And then she goes and writes a book. You know what I mean? Like, and she was smart enough to use a ghostwriter because she wants to, like this woman got me all wound up today. I don't want to do a couple questions next week.
Stephanie says she's wondering if the kids ever suspected her before her arrest. The sad thing, obviously it's sad that the man lost his life, but aside from that, the children that are completely innocent, that have nothing to do with this, and now, as someone in the chat mentioned earlier, both a mother and a father are out of their lives, and I guess we'll find out 20 years from now when they're in their 30s and they write a book or go on TV on the anniversary.
I may or may not know about the kids, but we got to get through this. And
am I getting ahead of things? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Listen, you told me I understood the assignment. You think I'm out there just like, making potato salad and, doing dishes and all that stuff? No. I understood the assignment. I got really, I sped through this and got some info. So just hang tight there, buddy.
All right. You know what? I apologize. What I'll do is I'll just
follow along with everybody else. In all honesty, though, like I am joking with you. We did just like last night, you said this name and I'm like, okay, well, I knew I had to do like our little Catterday morning coffee sesh. And I'm like, after that, like, I'll just like listen to a couple of things. And we both agreed, like we came downstairs and I thought you were researching and then you thought I was researching. So I was like, well, shit, I gotta get this done.
But
find out this information.
It was your turn.
I don't know about that.
We can redo it sometime. We could just not do turns if you don't want. We'll talk off air. People don't need to know behind the scenes weeds things that we talk about.
All right, let's get back to the police camp. But I
when I say weed, I'm not talking THC either. I'm just saying behind the scenes, sausage making.
I wanted to start from like when she was the news broke and she was arrested and all of that stuff. But I have some things about the court and what kind of tipped the jurors off. Because if you guys think that you're like aggravated now, wait till the next segment.
You want K32? What's my case number? Copy. Yeah, bro. And the complaint's going to be the wife, first name of Kouri.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We're good. We're just waiting for our Emmy, OME, and our detective to show up.
Yeah. And then we get an aneurysm or something with all the blood. That's, there's a lot of blood for some unknown reason.
Were you first on thing?
We were second. The fire guy was here before us.
And there was blood before they...
A little bit coming out as soon as we start doing compressions with the lupus. It's when the blood came out and stuff.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
No pulse or anything?
No, he was cold. I think he just, not a long time, but he did that a minute. He was asexually the whole time, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Pretty young.
Yeah.
Maybe took some gummies.
Yeah, that's what
She said. And then the hydrocodone. I think there was hydrocodone or something.
It was
96 or something.
2016.
2016, yeah. Pretty old.
Did you take that?
I don't know. It was sitting there though.
It's in the drawer right there.
And something.
Okay, so Alex left the building again. I have to go back into StreamYards to watch for when he comes in. Hi, Nico. So they're talking about the hydrocodone. I know a little bit about this because there's, of course she just didn't, have financial problems and, like murder her husband, but she was also having a marital affair. And she was talking like I saw court documents, like they had the lover on the stand, and they were talking to him, and they started showing text messages between the both of them. And she asked him in the text message if he did prescription drugs, or like when was the last time he had done it. And she said that
it's your cousin Alex. How you feeling?
Oh, hold on. Okay. Sorry. I didn't know he was on a call. It's an important call. So they were showing the text, and she was asking him about that. And she said that the last time she had taken anything was when she had the baby, but she keeps them in the cabinet. Like she has them in her house, but she keeps them in the cabinet. And I'm like, so this is interesting to see that like the prescription bottle said that she has the pills from 2016.
What did you say? Is that it? Are you taking for Lyme disease?
Yeah.
Started to look at it, and it was filled in 2016.
Yeah, that one.
It's under his name. I think he sleeps on that side of that though.
With what? That might be hers. Is it in his name? Oh, it is. Okay. There's empty, right? Or something?
Yeah.
Maybe we gave him that can. That would have, if you there's my land in there.
And then you arrived, he was already on the floor.
Yeah, she had pulled him down to the floor.
Kouri? I'm going to need to ask you some questions real quick, okay? Has he ever been in the military?
No.
No? Does he use tobacco?
No.
No? And what does he do for a living?
He owns a stone basic company.
And then when you discovered him, was he on the bed? Yes.
He was laying on his side like normal. I just thought he was cold. It was cold in there, so I put the blanket on him.
Yeah.
His body just felt like heavy,
And which way was he facing? Was he facing towards?
No, he was just up, just facing up.
Oh, so he's laying on his back.
Laying on his back.
And then did you pull him to the ground?
Yeah, that's what the lady on the phone told me to do, was to take the sheet and pull the sheet
Okay.
to the ground so I could do CPR.
Okay. What's his highest level of education?
It's a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
His massive active. We didn't just die in his sleep. This is insane.
Any mental health conditions? No. Okay.
No.
How about any suicidal history? No.
Never.
Okay.
No.
Has he been seen by a doctor in the last 30 days?
No.
The little dog.
Has any prescriptions in the last 30 days? No. Has he had a history of falling or anything? No. Any history of prescription abuse? No.
I mean, when he was in high school and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Pain pills, I think.
Or maybe a reaction to his shots yesterday.
He didn't feel good from them. Like,
he didn't look good last night.
He looked pale last night, and I asked if you were okay, and he said, yeah, but his chest was hurting, but.
Does he have any history of illicit drug use or anything in the past?
No, never.
Okay. Do you have the phone number to Herb, his doctor? I can't.
I don't know yet. We'll see what we do.
I don't. It's just at the Park City Family Clinic Hospital.
Yeah, I can look it up.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Who told the boys? Kouri said a cop told them. Why don't you tell the cop?
No, they should have told him. I answered them.
No.
They all know. They told me.
How do they know?
Carter told me, a cop told me.
Would they have told him?
No, I didn't.
We were in there, so we were maybe fire department.
Yeah.
Oh my freaking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
She's now talking about the kids. The person that's talking is her mother. And she's talking about how, like, the kids know.
Oh my God.
God, that number just kept ringing this morning, and I thought.
Yeah, because we couldn't find her phone.
Somebody called from a cell phone, and then when you Google it, it says it's a spoof number. What? I'm going to go up here to these people.
Mom, is the door closed for my room?
Yeah.
Yes, we.
Is he still?
So I'll explain to you what the process is right now. Because he was in good health and his age and everything like that. Okay, our medical examiner is going to come and do their investigation real quick, and then also our detective, just to make sure that everything's documented, correctly. And then from there, they'll explain to you what's going to happen. Most likely, what I'm thinking, because he has no serious health problems or anything like that. His age, most likely they're going to take his body to the
Oh my God.
medical examiner's office just to make sure that there wasn't anything else. All right. Do you have any questions for me right now?
No. He had allergy shots yesterday.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying.
Last night when I was here.
What kind of allergy shots?
He gets weekly shots.
Him and his boy get weekly shots.
We'll just feel
Like seasonal allergies?
Yeah.
Okay, seasonal. And where was that at?
Park City.
Park City.
Family Medical?
No. Jeremy Ranch, Granger Medical.
Granger, okay.
Oh my God.
I did. They're all watching TV. I said, you guys got to go back to sleep. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Imagine small children, 3 of them are in a room, and all of these police officers and mom's crying and all of that. And the grandmother comes in and she's like, you all got to go back to bed because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Imagine. So frustrating.
Cam. Yeah. Need to go over there and my salad board to get the van keys. Okay. So, do this here with you.
Yep.
We don't know. We've been to bed.
The kids are in
Where's my brother?
He's in this room.
No. Do I see
Corey, is there a way we could relocate your boys upstairs?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I'll tell her now. What? See you. Mom, Mom, they got all the kids upstairs. I'm coming, my student. Come on, upstairs. Come on.
We're good now. I can explain to her if you want to.
Okay, I miss everything. I miss Chris, Will, everything. I miss her attorney. I miss everything. Go upstairs.
That kind of stuff right now.
Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
No, that woman that was outside is his sister. That's why she said she was his power of attorney.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all natural, okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Oh my God, I've got to breathe. I just talked to him like a couple hours ago. You just woke up and he wasn't breathing? I went to bed. I went back to bed because I have a nightmare. So I went back in my room and breathe. And I just turned over to cuddle him, and his body was just so cold. It's been gone a while.
So the only information I know from what the medical staff that was here is he was cold to the touch, okay, and it seemed like he was down for a while. So
He was fine at 9:30. I mean, that's when I went to the bedroom with Ashton. I mean, so unless he went, like, I didn't hear anything. He didn't yell. He didn't say anything was wrong. Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. Oh my God, this is not real. Nothing happened. Like, I didn't hear anything. I'm right across the room. Like, if he was in pain, why didn't he yell? It sounds like he wasn't. I know, but why? I mean, I'm such a light sleeper. I couldn't have heard anything. I just couldn't have heard anything. And he just said, Kouri, like, I will. And he was so cold. He was so cold. And I needed to. That's my brother. I go talk to my boss was there. He goes, no, I'm here for you, son. See? I can make it through this. I don't know if we're going to make it out of it. I'm so sorry. I do the most voice. Okay. I'm going to figure out no. I probably need to go. I can't see your back. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so what do we just have to what do we have to do?
what's that?
Is there anything that we need to do?
So we're just going to document some. So there's some protocols we have to document. Like I explained to them, next thing is our detective and our medical examiners are going to respond to the location. They're going to do their investigation and document everything. And then most likely, because of his age and his health and everything else,
do autopsy.
Most likely. But that's their that's their field, not ours. So for us, our thing is now we have to just secure the scene until they get here, and then once it's released, it's up to them. And then most likely you guys will be able to.
I told the guy that.
I
think we want to go to the funeral home in Morgan.
Okay. And that's something you get to talk to our medical examiner about.
I mean, he takes those all the time. We were just laughing and drinking it. I don't talk about tomorrow. We were celebrating. We were just celebrating and then celebrating. For what?
I'm so excited.
Just wasn't happening. Like, he was fine. He was fine. Like, and he. We were 9:30, 9:45. Like, I know.
He said he's tested.
I know. And then he's like, oh, let's have a drink and then let's go to bed. Like, okay. So we did. And then that was it. Good night. I love you. I love you. Good night. I love you. It was so cold. It just was so cold. Was it there?
Is there any like animals that sleep in the bedroom with him?
Yeah, my dog.
Your dog on the bed with him?
Most of the time. He's like a 10-pound little floopy.
Okay. Was he on the bed when you came in?
Was he on the bed? No, he wasn't in there when I came in. Is your dad on the way, Katie? I don't know.
He called me, and I just like screamed, and everyone woke up, and then we're here. I don't think he can even function. I'm trying to find someone to go with. Oh, my dad's almost here. Oh.
Oh my God, I can't talk, Katie. Yeah, I can't even talk. I don't. That's fine. He was fine.
We'll do it. My sister's almost here.
Can you just please explain to them the process that they can't pass the threshold until
that's
it's really?
what you're doing? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Okay. Yeah, I thought you were like seeing if I was gonna pass out or something.
No, and that too, you know.
Oh, I'm so shaky. I think I'm gonna stay sitting until I will go.
Why do you have that stuff on his nose? It was like, what is that?
So, like I said, I'm not a medical personnel person, but what the ambulance said was he did have blood
I
in his
saw
mouth.
all the blood
So,
everywhere.
you know, they don't know. It might have been an aneurysm. They don't know.
His dad has blood clots. I mean, he had blood in his stuff. It was like, looked like snot or something.
Yeah, because when they do the CPR, he gets the blood flowing and gets moving. And if it's not pumping,
oh my God. Well, when I was trying to just do the chest compressions, it just.
So Kouri, does he have any other medications except for that?
He had high cholesterol.
Where would he keep his medication?
Our house, not for that. Our house cleaner just cleaned. I can't find where she put anything. But he doesn't take his Lyme disease doctor just is weaning him off of his Lyme disease medication, so he's just taking vitamins for that.
The housekeeper is a major part in this story as well. I can fill you in on that once we get there.
Even something like for the pain, because it causes him to, it just burns his body, so he has pain medicine. And
is it that green bottle?
I honestly God don't know. I don't know. That was what he found in his bag that he just took to St. George because we just went to St. George. I would assume that's that, but that looked old to me. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry.
What a liar.
All right, so Deputy Wynn, I want to show you a couple other exhibits. They'll pop up on your screen there and we'll kind of move through them. So first we'll do exhibit 1.
So that was the body cam footage. She is such a liar. She didn't know. The bottle that they found was from 2016. And then she's telling them that she doesn't know. What? I know your medications. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Yeah. When you're lying, you're going to distance yourself from the truth. Even normal stuff like medications. Most spouses know medications.
Yeah. And
At
you
least
have
have
a
an
list of mine
idea.
in your phone.
Or at least have an idea and say, oh yeah, this is the, and most people, especially in the house is extremely tidy. So it's not like there are hoarders and they can't find their medication. I'm sure there's a drawer or a spot or a cupboard or medicine cabinet where the medicine is, and she knows. But you distance yourself. Again, she was convicted. So, but my opinion is if you're giving somebody drugs to kill them, that's medicine. You're not going to have anything to do with medicine. I don't know what medicine. I have no idea.
Well, so the story with the house cleaner, which is interesting that she brought her into the thing, and maybe
did I
that's
get
why
ahead?
I'm sorry.
Did I get ahead?
No, I'm segueing into what you said.
Oh.
Interrupted me.
Sorry.
So, no, so, all right, come on. The housekeeper, they were calling her CL because they weren't given a name. She was approached by the detectives, and it was kind of like she's got a shaky past with, drugs. So they told her, tell us everything. And because she was looking at charges, she was looking at prison time. So they said, tell us everything because, then you'll, how they do. They're going to give her some deal so that she gives them the information. So according to the story that I heard, she was approached to get fentanyl. And when she tried doing this on Valentine's Day, it didn't work. So she went back to her and told her that she needs stronger stuff. This dumbass pays for the drugs via check, a paper check. In 2022, a 30-something-year-old girl is paying for drugs via check. Now, if that's not a paper trail, I don't know what is. So they played it off. The defense played it off as if it were because it was $1,300 that she gave her. And they're like, well, she cleans the house. Couldn't that be for, cleaning the house? But it turns out that it wasn't. It was she wanted stronger drugs. So I'm telling you, this woman is wicked wild.
I heard what
1,300.
I heard what convicted her was on the check itself in the memo pad she put to kill her husband.
No, that's not true. Don't be spreading falsities over here.
I'm
Because,
teasing it. Who
Well, you know, you're Mr. You know, we got to make sure we're legit here.
Right. I'm teasing.
I know you're teasing.
It's not.
But
unless she did, I know. Did she?
No. But the thing is that like, what dealer is taking checks?
I don't know.
What dealer is taking checks? So
is that how they got? What was it? The one of the friends guy that he died of fentanyl too? Didn't they get the fentanyl queen?
Was it propanol? It's something propanol, but it's all in the same family, I would imagine. But he was taking what Michael Jackson was taking. That's why the doctor is going up. The doctor
That's what she wanted. She said she wanted the stuff.
Yeah, she said, well, I mean, you know, this is like, it's Utah. Is like, you know, do they have like people? I don't know. Look, all I know is she wrote a check for $1,300 and got drugs, and that's what took the husband out. She made him a Moscow Mule. Moscow Mule. That's a drink. She made him drink because they were celebrating something after work, and that's what happened. She spiked his drink.
Moscow Mule, hey?
Yeah. So anyway, so the housekeeper was, you know, she gave them what they needed. Kimmy, they do, and they'll take merchandise in trade as well. They've done it for years. I know, but it's kind of crazy if I'm like, if I have like a motive like that behind why I'm getting the drugs, I'm not writing a check. I'm not doing that. Like I like it wouldn't come to my head to like, you know, hey, let me write you out a check for this.
Right, because it's not like you're getting it for yourself.
Even if I were getting it just for recreational use, I'm not going to give a drug dealer my check.
Well, that's what supposedly, allegedly, Charlie Sheen got caught with, the Heidi Fleiss situation. That was a check too, I guess. I don't know.
Who knows?
Whatever. Who knows?
That was in the 90s. That was like, you know, in the 90s, okay, like
That's
we were writing checks because we didn't really have the bank cards. But anyway, so now the ding dongs on trial, and they're going through all this, you know, all of the testimonies and the, you know, the evidence and that sort of thing. She was having an affair, and the boyfriend was on stand, and they were going through all of his text messaging threads and all of that stuff. She was saying that she was watching, there's a show on Netflix, it's called Dope Sick. So she was you know, she said, I'm watching Dope Sick, and then asked him, like, did you, like, when was the last time you did anything? And, you know, she was kind of like crying. So he testifies and everything like that. But one of the things that really sealed the deal for her was a letter that they found that she wrote. It was in her cell. So there was no, like, you know, somebody's, you know, put it somewhere or whatever. And the defense, or, you know, the whoever dubbed it, Kouri Richins' walk the dog letter. And guess who found it? Ta-da! So this is a handwritten letter. It's 6 pages, and what they're saying it was she was writing this to her mother so that she could get word out. And as we go through it, I haven't read the whole thing. I just like pieced through it. So I'll read it. We all know my reading. I don't know why I have problems talking in front of crowds. We're all friends here. But this says, walk the dog, but take vague notes so you remember. So it starts out, Sky is saying, even if the gummies have fentanyl in them, the prosecutor will say, I tried to put the fentanyl in the gummies. So, I can't read that word. So, and would have them. Stupid, I know, but that's what she's thinking. We will still test them though. However, she wants to link Erie getting drugs and pills from Mexico. So we need some kind of connection. Her private investigator is doing some research on the ranch/cartel place Eric would stay at. Here is what I'm thinking, but you have to talk to Ronnie. He would probably have to testify to this, but it's super short, not a lot to it. He will need to, oh shit, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong thing and it went. All right. He will need to tell Sky at the meeting next week. Upon information and belief, just like they say, a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie was over watching football one Sunday, and Eric and Ronnie were chatting about Eric's Mexico trips. Eric told Ronnie he gets pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico, from the workers at the ranch. Not to tell me because I would get mad because I always said he just gets high every night and won't help take care of the kids. There are pictures in my phone of Eric passed out on the floor or in a chair. Ronnie should have text from Eric talking about getting high as well. Eric told Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck so I wouldn't find them. Ronnie never told me about the conversation. Eric finally told me and asked if Carmen could get him some. Eric never wanted anyone to know. He had an issue, especially get caught. He always wanted Kouri to go down for him. When they traveled, Eric would put his drugs in Kouri's bag at the airlines right before they boarded. That way, if they were caught, Kouri got in trouble, not him. Once they got to wherever they were going, Eric would pull the drugs out of her bag and it would cause a huge fight. She was pissed he would risk her going to jail for his drug use. He just would laugh about it. Eric couldn't ruin his reputation or his image that he had drug issues, so he would do whatever he had to. Kouri has never done any type of pills. I guess she wanted to say she didn't like them. Rarely would she consume THC, only if Eric begged her because it was a special occasion. Now, so if you like following along, this is like kind of what she's telling her, like her mom to tell Ronnie how to like go about, this story, what to say. So, okay, so she's taking it on special occasions. Asterisks. Reward this, however, he needs to make the point, just include it all. Asterisks. The connection has to be made with Mexico and drugs. Ronnie will have the messages to prove Eric confided in him about getting high. It can be short and to the point, but it has to be done. Upon information and belief, LOL. They never found pain pills or fentanyl in my house because he hid it in the allergy bottle in the work truck. And Cody emptied out the work truck within a week, so they were never found. Page 3. When you talk to Ronnie about this, meet up with him in person. I worry sometimes your house and phone are bugged. Maybe drive down to Salt Lake and meet him after work without Bree. Sky has to make the connection between Eric and Mexico because that makes the most sense in her mind. If it's Ronnie's information and belief about the conversation over football, she can use that as a connection. Tell Ronnie, don't overanalyze it. It was a quick 2-minute conversation, LOL. Tell him I need him to do this. Bring me home and then we will get those clown bitches or damn bitches. Also, please text Lotto or call. Tell him do not text me anything about us doing things together ever, like church, skiing, trips. Nothing that puts us together. It doesn't look good. We're so close to the end. Let's push through. Have the conversation with Ronnie before he meets with Sky. Then tell him to tell Sky at the meeting about the conversation. Hang in there. We're almost there. Love you to the moon, heart. Then there's like a little bullet point. Take fake notes of all this so you remember before you walk the dog. Page 4. I saw a commercial yesterday, Utah Mortgage Relief. Google them, please. It's for people behind in their mortgage. Can you see if they can help at all on Marissa's house, please? We have to get hers. Yours and Chelsea's taken care of ASAP. Try to go to that place in Camas. What about asking Lotto to do a loan solely in his name and not have you on there? I know he can do a home equity line of credit on his house in Hideout. Not sure if he would, but I know he has like $1 million in equity. Maybe he just doesn't know about a home equity loan. If he wants to help me, taking care of these loans, it's most important. I don't give a shit about the hotels, something. It looks like yodels. Remember I told you one way to get at Katie is going through my phone and finding a picture of her girls, even with the boys. Katie is Eric's sister. Print his copies and send them out anonymously to different media companies. Obviously, don't email the pictures so it's not traceable. You mean like the check you wrote for the drugs, you dumbass? She would be livid if it got out to the public. You would just have to do it sneakily and be careful. She would try and trace it back to you. If not, no worries. Page 5. Sky is having the My Girls Do the First interview with Good Morning America. Please tell Chelsea to bring up that he hasn't been to church in the 13 years she has known him. And Eric would brag to her about how much he drank and did pills in high school. Tell Kelsey to say Eric always wanted Kouri to go down for him. For example, he would put drugs in her suitcase when we would travel together, so anyone that got caught, it was Kouri. He would put it in her bag right before they left the house, so Kouri didn't know. Then we would land wherever. Eric would take them out of her bag, and Kouri would be pissed, and they would argue about it. All Kelsey has to say, how Eric didn't care and would just laugh about it and say, well, I can't get in trouble. As if it was okay that I got in trouble. Have Selma talk about Eric in Spain not being able to drink, so he was looking for drugs the entire time, and explain the drink the waitress gave him and how I called his doctor and went to the pharmacy immediately. Have Allie talk about how the sisters have always been jealous of me because anything they could do, Kouri could do better. being a mom, college, stay-at-home wife, until she built a $1 million company, a nice house, a car, everything. She had what they wanted. This comes down to jealousy, money, and Eric's partying that they don't want to acknowledge, and sadly, an accidental overdose. Lastly, don't forget to work on the gun receipts. We want to file charges and let the prosecutor not do anything about it. To use in our defense, will you buy a box of Crest white strips, open them up, put them in an envelope, and have Sky give them to me? Now this bitch wants to brighten her teeth while she's in prison. You can tell her what's in the envelope. I'm sure she won't care. I'll make sure they can't be found in my cell. My teeth are yellow from so much coffee and tea all day. I love you. I love you. I love you. Hang in there. We're getting there. Slowly. You are the best mom in the whole world. I'm so lucky to have you. Now that's the walk the dog. Oh, we got company. Oh, you're in the house. So, did you hear the letter that I just read?
Yeah, most of it.
Okay. She's conniving. And then at the end, she asks for Crest white strips because her teeth are yellow from
I heard
coffee
that
intake.
I'm sure that riled you up even more.
Well, I mean, listen, you're in jail. We know now that she's guilty of murdering her husband.
Right.
And she's manipulating people. Her mom, this letter, the walk the dog letter, was to her mom to come up with the story, and it's all in writing. You wrote a check for drugs. You wrote the letter. You're telling them what to say. And then you ask for white strips. Like, where are your priorities, lady? Nowhere in that letter did she say, please hug the kids for me. Please tell the kids I said hello.
Right.
None of that. None of that.
And I like how she's talking in third party. Kouri. That he put it in Kouri's purse and He wants Kouri to go down for it. Kouri. It's crazy. Which it says to me there's a dynamic with the mom that she's been manipulated to before.
So a lot of people that have been talking about the case and watching that, police cam footage, they believe, their opinion is that the mom may have been in on it. Not like she may have known that this, wasn't too far, too far-fetched.
I'm not so sure based upon the letter that you just read, because if you already are in on it, you already have this mapped out.
But the letter was telling her mom to tell Ronnie. I forget who Ronnie is.
You already mapped it out. You already have said, look, he went to Mexico and drugs and all that. So all you have to do is say, hey, remind Ronnie to talk about the trip to Mexico. In other words, I don't think the letter, in my opinion, I don't think the letter would be as incriminating. It wouldn't be as specific, shall we say, if the mom was in on it. It would just be confirming to the mom and reassuring to the mom to do it. I don't believe the mom. I definitely don't believe the sister was in it, because the sister did seem to, somebody in the chat even pointed that out, that the sister was more realistic and upset than
this was a blow to the whole family.
So
she's manipulative and a narcissist.
Yeah.
Well, so she bought this mansion. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So she got in over her head I know, baby, I know, but we're not, it's not coffee time. So
Harley
she
making
bought
a
this
creepy-
mansion, and she would talk to the boyfriend about how, like, there wasn't a lot of renovations that needed to be had, but she had to like flip it a little bit. And she would talk to them like there's a resort not too far from there. And like it's Utah, right? It's snow and all of that stuff. So she had this in her mind that she would just like, him and her would just run this business and like, be in love and all of that stuff. Trying to find it because their house was beautiful. Their family home was beautiful. There we go. I'll show you guys. I hate when I can't. I don't know why Google doesn't let us open up everything. Let's see. So 20,000 square foot mansion and its 4,000 square foot guest house in Heber City, Utah, are not far from the famed Park City ski resort. They were originally built in 2017 but never finished. Kouri Richins discovered the abandoned project in 2019 and made an offer on it along with a group of investors for $3.9 million. So let me share this and show you guys a picture. And, like I said, she wanted to
3.9 million. I got that in the seat covers and the cushions.
yeah. So, I mean, like you can go there. It's a beautiful, like if you were to look on, up a vacation in Utah and you came across that, there was like plenty of rooms to, rent out, and they're, not too far from the resorts. So, and she said, we can rent it out, a room for $1,500 a day. And then she retracted and she said, no, let's make it $1,200 a day because then we'll be really competitive. Meaning like she's going to lower the bar so that more people come to her. This girl had all kinds of things. I'm telling you, got me all riled up on this one. So in the end, law, the scales tipped in Eric's favor, and she was found sentenced. I'm gonna speed this one up because I know, like, I did a lot of digging on this one. I'm sorry, but they're talking about like her body language as she's being sentenced. So we'll just, like, if you guys want to bounce around through it or whatever, but this is the judge delivering the sentence of guilty. So all the aggravation that we just went through, listening to the 911 call and the body cam footage, this is our just desserts, if you will.
I like dessert.
So do I. All right. Here we go.
Person convicted of committing that sequence of acts in that way and for that reason, and who causes the absolute tragedy that has befallen Erc Ricins' sons and family. A person convicted of those things is simply too dangerous to ever be free. Accordingly, Ms. Richins, based on your conviction on count 1, first-degree felony aggravated murder, the court hereby sentences you to life without parole. You have the right to an appeal. You must file a notice of appeal within 30 days. You have the right to be represented by counsel on appeal. Mr. Bloodworth, anything further?
No.
Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor.
There's like no emotion. I would be completely beside myself, but they found her guilty.
Your Honor, we anticipate filing a motion for you.
All right, there it is. The official news that Kouri Richins has been sentenced in Summit County to life without parole. The two options were there, either 25 to life with the potential of a parole, and then there was the life without parole. Sitting with us in the KSL Brightside Studios, he is, of course, Greg Skordas, host of Inside Sources. And Greg, I've been listening to this. I've been listening to the sentencing hearing basically since I started driving in this morning, listening to you guys, and we got a
And it's the rest of this is the rest of them commentating on it, but that was I thought I picked the longer of the sentencing, but I'm glad with that it was only a couple of seconds. But that was her. They had the family come in. She did testify before sentencing, right? She did want to say, her final words or whatever. But before that, the family was able to do victim impact statements.
Right.
His one sister that we saw in the body cam footage was beside herself. And right. So what had happened was, when this first happens, the children were with her family, and they were with her family for quite a while, for 17 months, something like that. So when all of this was going down, the children finally were able to get to his side of the family, and they now live with his sister Katie, who was in charge of his estate.
Right.
Kouri, of course, before she was, before she was convicted of anything and on trial, she sued because she thought that she was entitled to that, to the money. Right. All the policies that she took out on him. So, and she was taking out those policies because she got in over her head with all of these flips. She kept taking lines of credit, and then she couldn't pay. So, that's how she got into debt and started doing all this nonsense with the policies. Prior to any of that, like we talked about in the beginning of the episode, is that he thought something was going to happen, so he entrusted his sister with all of the money so that the kids could be straight. So but I think they're still kind of in litigation, like they're still trying to figure all of that out, and his family is suing her for $13 million or something like that. They're not going to get anything, but
no. And the sad part is the children are caught up with this. That's
and here's how classy his sister was, right? I like this Katie. I love this Katie. She's like, I mean, if something like this happened to my brother, because we know the situation with my brother, something happened to my brother, I probably would not be able to contain myself and hold myself with such class. But when they came out of court after the hearing, of course, all the reporters are there, and they're dogpiling her. And she said, this isn't a victory. Like, this is not a victory. Like, I have to go home and tell my nephews that they've lost their mom.
Right.
But the dad, was it the dad or the brother-in-law? One of the men wrote a victim impact story on behalf of the children, because they weren't in court or anything like that, but they have an opinion. And they said that they want her to be put away for the rest of her life because they're afraid of her. They said if she can do that to my dad, she could do it to us.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they were old enough to know. They're young enough. It's just they're in that age where they're old enough to know that they're never going to see their dad again. Like, they weren't babies, So, she really she ruined a lot of lives. She ruined a lot of lives with this nonsense, all over money. All over the money.
You mentioned a boyfriend. I know a little tidbit. Do you know any information about the boyfriend or anything interesting? Because I know something interesting about the boyfriend.
Not really too much. I didn't really want to do a deep dive into that because I just would have went down a rabbit hole and I was like, I saw the text messages going back and forth and like I think she was toying with him at one point and there was like, it was just head games, but she was telling him that she was in love and that she was, she felt like there was a love triangle and he's like, what are you talking about? You told me I loved you or you loved me. And she's like, yeah, but I love someone that's not my husband. So and he was going to plant a Charlie Brown tree for her, and she told him no. Go ahead. What do you know?
Wait to hear this.
Come on.
Okay.
You're going to blow my muffin top back?
Am I what?
Are you going to blow my muffin top back? Just tell me. If you know, you know.
I am. I am. All right. Let me just set it up. Okay. So this gentleman, I saw this video where a gentleman claims that he was talking to the boyfriend of the now convicted killer, Kouri Richins. And the boyfriend and him were conversing about the investigation and what was going on. This is before the trial and everything like that. The man said that the boyfriend told him that in his wallet, he basically has a will or a note saying that if anything happened to him, that he knew that Kouri did it. This is the boyfriend.
She's a black widow.
So she must have some sort of callousness that, somebody, I think it was Nico mentioned that he believed that she was a narcissist, and narcissists will do that. They'll love dump you to death and not even feel it, like not even mean it. They'll just say it. And that might be
that's what's so dangerous about love bombing, because when you're in the middle of being love bombed, it's like, this is like
great.
The best thing. Like, I can't believe that this is happening to me.
Yeah.
And then you realize, like, when you're too, like, it's too late, that love bombing isn't really all that great. It's really not all that great of a thing. I can't believe that. No, I didn't hear that he had a letter that said that, if something happened, it was her.
He kept it in his wallet. Now, love bombing, it can be also dangerous. Like when you know someone's love language and it's food, then you have what's called food bombing, which my wife likes to do and make all this
awesome
awesome
into
food.
something. Don't turn it into a dad joke. Talking about murder. You get fed.
I sure do. I bring your resume everywhere I go. I show everybody your resume.
The thing is, God is watching. I'm not doing anything to that food. I don't even put salt in it because I know you don't like salt. So
no, listen, let me make the raw chicken and eat it. That's on me.
Well, look. I don't know what you're doing down there with the air fryer. I had no idea. I told you 3 times you got to make those nuggets in their own for 35 minutes. I want those meatloaves and taters Kimmy makes. They're easy. Yeah. They're easy. So,
I just want to explain to everybody because nobody knows. Earlier tonight, I had some chicken, and I thought it was just like you just heat it up in the microwave for a few minutes. There were nuggets from the store in a bag or whatever. And when I opened them up, it said you had to cook them, in an oven or put them in a fryer. We got a tiny little fryer that I've yet to accomplish. I mean, I've tried all sorts of different things and have yet to get anything right. Bottom line is I left it in there for over a half an hour, and then I came out and I ate a tiny one, and it was still chewy. And so I was all schizoid.
You were paranoid that you had raw chicken you were going to get.
And I was going to get, I got sick many years ago, salmonella, really bad. I had to go to the hospital, really, really bad. I never want to go through that again. So I'm sensitive to that. So anyway, so my wife was making fun of me, you know.
I wasn't making fun of you. I just question why you have like these moments.
It's okay.
We're talking about Kouri.
Oh. No, but I was explaining about what we're talking about.
Well, I didn't do that one. You made that, not me.
Yes.
That wouldn't have been on me. I would have talked to the cops.
Now you have witnesses that if I died tonight of salmonella poisoning.
Please don't say that. Please don't say that.
Well, listen, I know you'll do everything the 911 operator tells you to do. Throw him out the window.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna can I punch him in the neck because we were just having an episode, a couple questions about a woman that murdered her husband, and now he's doing this.
Can I punch him between the legs? Will that wake him up?
No, I punch you right in your neck. Go right for your throat.
Oh, neck. I thought you said another N word. I thought you said nads or something. I don't know.
No,
anyway.
Right in the neck. Alex, be nice. So do you guys have anything like did we cover this, did I find enough information for you guys? Do you have any questions? It is a couple questions and we want you to be a part of it. I know this sometimes is background noise, but do you guys know anything that I didn't find? There's a lot to the story, you know what I mean? Like I didn't pull everything out. I just thought I'd get the good bits. Do you have any questions?
I did before, but in all honesty, that police cam and the 911 call really cooked her in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, any sort of story of going to Mexico and coming back from Mexico and staying there and having drugs and all that, just that reaction alone. Oh, like it was like, oh wait, you want me to try to save him?
It sucked. So
Yeah.
Jersey asked, are the kids with the sister? The kids are with the sister that came in and collapsed. It was emotional. That's the sister that they're living with. His power of attorney. Yeah.
Yeah, it's his sister.
And she has custody of them. Yes. And the children do not want to see their mom. They're allowed to, but they don't want to see their mom.
Mm.
Yeah, it is good. It's a good thing. It's, that's, I guess if you have to find something positive in the story, that's the positive. Like, the sister loved her brother, and she stepped up to the plate to be, the power of attorney and make sure that the kids were taken care of. And she wound up getting custody. So, I don't even think that his family's allowed to see them. I don't think that. Okay, so Nico asked, the property she and the investors had, his family is now suing to have it sold for the children to have a future.
Oh,
it's
good.
currently up for sale as the investors filed for bankruptcy. Oh, I didn't know that part. I just read the little blurb to show you what the mansion looked like.
Nico coming through again with
Yeah. Nico's over there. She did she over there doing the her and Steve doing the Googles. She came in earlier. We were in the middle of the one thing. She came in, she had to save, she was late because Steve was burning burgers. So she had to save them from the fire, she said. We're having our burgers tomorrow. But anyway, so this was, in all honesty, this was a great, it was a great story. I didn't realize that it was this recent that she was convicted. So that was, I like that. I like doing the mysteries and, the cold cases and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that you mentioned this one. And I like that I was the dark horse and came in and right under the wire.
You did great. I mean, you really did good. Seriously. All joking aside. You had you hit all the high points. And again, I bits and pieces, I didn't know, I didn't see the full 911, hear the full 911 tape, and I didn't see the full police body cam. So that was great. You did awesome.
Well, I mean, I didn't do it. I just found it. But I was listening to a lot of different things, and then it just found me. So I'm glad that we had that kind, because I think that that's really all we needed to know. We didn't. They have like the channel that like the KT or KSL. I think it's K Salt Lake.
Salt Lake, right?
Yeah. They have like a whole playlist. There's like 69 videos in it, and there's some short ones, and then they have like the trial where they streamed it all day, so it was like 8 hours. And we're not going through all that nonsense,
Yeah.
but we'll get like the highlights and stuff like that. So
You hit the highlights.
anyway, and this is how we're going to do it. We're not going to know what we're going to do next week and who's doing it. We're just going to freeball this. We decided we can't put weeks into like the research and it gets too stressed out. We want it to be like, free flowing and like, a relaxed situation. I feel like the last two, and there's technical difficulties, but way better. No stress. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that was great. I think it was really good. I like to do that, and we could, and that way, because sometimes maybe we're thinking about something, and then towards the end of the week, something crazy might happen. Some, news or something that happens on something else.
And if you guys have any suggestions, like, let us know. I'm going to put Mr. Kazi in charge of like making posts and, kind of like maybe twice a day so that we can kind of get back into the algorithm and like let everybody know that we're back. But Granny Whisper did request that you research Kanika, what is it?
The girl from Chicago. Yeah,
Kanika Jenkins.
Jenkins, yeah.
So maybe you and I can like, have like, because I know that that's a really big story and there's like a lot of plot twists. There's a whole community on YouTube that is like, it's called the Kanika Jenkins community. So maybe we can kind of like do a little bit of a like, like, hey, I found this out. Did you hear this kind of thing? And like, but I like definitely suggestions. Definitely.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we'll come back with next week. Who knows? Or maybe we'll like we'll need a little bit more time with that one, and we'll find something else.
Well, tune in next time. Same bat channel, same bat station, same bat time. 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, everybody, for
thanks
coming
for
out.
stopping in. Everybody in the replay, thank you for checking us out. And please, whether it's live or Memorex or whatever, please hit the like button. Thank you for your support. We really do appreciate you.
Have a great night, everyone.
Say bye. Bye.